Please remember this, all of you. And again, I'm not saying things cannot manifest. I'm not saying things cannot occur. But here's something very, very crucial to remember about this and what we were talking about at the beginning of this transmission with regard to the idea of what your physical mind is capable of and what your higher mind is capable of. We know that many of you have these visions, these dreams of what you desire in your lives. And you create this image, this picture of that perfect representation of that reality. And you aim for that and you go for that. And that's what excites you. And that's your passion. And that's all well and good. But understand this very clearly. The best possible version your physical mind is capable of imagining is the least possible version your higher mind can imagine. So don't stop the higher mind by saying, that's the best I can get. Let the higher mind give you more than you believed you could get. Because if you insist that the picture the physical mind gets is the best that can happen, you're actually limiting what might even be in a more amazing way the higher mind could bring it about by saying, that's it, that's what I can get. And thus you put conditions and limitations and expectations on the higher mind that prevent it from giving you something beyond what you imagined. So the best that you can imagine with the physical mind is the least way in which it will happen. Go out into the world with that understanding and start to see what happens. The best you can imagine is the least possible way it will occur. Not the best, the least. And then feel the true power you have in allowance and letting it come to you, if you can handle it. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, yes. It makes a lot of sense. And the allowing part, is there anything else about allowing?
Big, big, big part of it. Because again, remember, you don't have to make things happen. Things already work. That's why it's not important for the physical mind to understand how things are going to happen. Because when it thinks it needs to make things happen, when it thinks it needs to figure out how something's going to happen, it's not allowing. It's forcing. It thinks it needs to force things into position instead of trusting that things already work. If things already work, you just let them happen. You allow them to happen. You can put out the vibration of the desire. You can use that vision, that image, as a template to put yourself in the proper vibrational state. But then just let the higher mind do its job. That's all that you need to do. You can, as the physical mind, say, all right, I've gotten this inspiration, I've gotten this imagination, I feel the excitement. That's the communication from the higher mind. Now, all I need to do is look around for any situation or circumstance that contains the same energy, the same excitement, the same passion. All I need to do is take action on it in that direction to the best of my ability. And that's all I need to do. And the next thing that comes along, do the same. The next thing that comes along, do the same. The next thing that comes along, do the same. Knowing you are guided by that vibration. And it is the path that represents the true you. And then go along and enjoy the ride. And whatever happens is what needs to happen. Validate it. Give it the positive meaning you prefer to, even if you don't understand how it could serve you that way. Give it that meaning. And allow it to show you how it serves you. Remember, you cannot experience what you are not the vibration of. So if you're not the vibration of allowance, if you're not the vibration of positive meaning, how can anything reflect back to you in a positive, allowing way? You understand?
Yes, so if you're not the vibration, how do you allow that vibration? How do you...
By getting in touch with whatever beliefs and definitions you would have that would get you to react to something in a way you don't prefer to. It's a simple question. If you react in a negative way, if you give something a negative meaning, all you have to do is take a step back and say, what would I have to believe is true in order to react to this way? What would I prefer to believe is true? And then respond that way. Many times, the second you identify a belief, it's gone. It's gone. No other process is required. Many times just turning on the light is what makes the shadow disappear. But you have to allow yourself to investigate. And the easiest question is, what would I have to believe is true about my relationship to this thing that I would react to it in a negative way? Find out what that belief is. Find out where it came from. Find out if it serves you any longer. If it doesn't, there's no reason to keep carrying it, because very often these beliefs are just baggage you're carrying that belongs to someone else. Drop it. That's why it's so heavy. The only reason baggage is heavy is because it doesn't belong to you. Let it go. Lighten up. Remember, again, you want to be enlightened? Just lighten up on yourselves. Stop treating yourselves so harshly, so undeservedly, by dragging things along that don't belong to you. Maybe they come from your parents. Maybe they come from your society. Maybe they come from your friends. Doesn't matter.